Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to FishOfHex. My name is Travis. Today's video I'm going to be showing you my weekly dosing routine as well as my daily feeding. Now, it is a little blue, that's just how it is with this particular camera, but I do have the other one set up so you guys can see some in-tank shots. Now, it is Sunday. I want to record this video now, not only because I want to show you guys this stuff, but it's going to be very busy tomorrow, so I probably won't be able to get any content out. So, with that said, let's talk about my daily feeding. You guys know that I make my own fish food here. I've shown plenty of videos on Instagram and here on the channel. You can just look up FishOfHex homemade food, fish food, and you should be able to find it pretty quickly. Now, I like to keep it in this plastic container just because it's easy to break up, keep it in chunks, and then of course freeze it, and it's just easy to work with every single day instead of keeping it in the plastic bags. And yeah, so I just feed them a chunk of that. Of course, we'll go through and show you guys that here in a second. Next, I like to dose 50 milliliters of my own phytoplankton. Again, I keep this in the fridge. And yep, 50 milliliters spread out between all of the tanks. And then also, I just started dosing this a month ago. It is the Brightwell Aquatics aminos. I got like 3 or 4 bottles of it. I haven't really noticed anything. I'm pretty much out of this one right here, so I already syringed it. That's probably not the term I'm looking for. I've already took it out of there because I knew it'd be a little bit of a pain in the ass with one hand. But I dose 10 milliliters of that every single day, and it's about a little bit below the recommended amount because I'm already dosing other things, so I don't want to add too much to the tank. And I really wanted to see how it'd react. I haven't really noticed any changes, but again, it's only been about a month or so. So yeah, we'll see kind of how that turns out over the next couple months. So that's for my daily feeding, and yeah, so moving on to my Wednesday and Sunday dosing. So I like to start off with my potassium here. I do 50 milliliters, and then I do 100 milliliters of Acro Power. Come over here, I do 100 milliliters of this Aquavitro fuel, and I do about 5 to 7 drops of this iodine right into the refugium, which I don't have on right now, so we'll probably just put it in the main display. And that's about it. So that's my Wednesday and Sunday routine, and then my daily routine. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll turn on the feed mode real quick. Let me get over here and do that. Okay, so this turns off all the pumps, the skimmer, everything for about 10 minutes or so, and then the skimmer will kick on in a couple hours. So let's go and start with the food. It's gonna be a little blue here. So I just do a little bit in each tank. There's not really many fish in this tank, but I do put in a couple pieces. Go to mix this up. Move over here to the I guess it's a grow out tank. It's the healing tank. Skip to 300 real quick. Move over to these guys. Got 2 tangs in each one of these tanks. Man, that's blue. That's okay. And then I'll get a big chunk for the 300. These guys really like this stuff. We'll do 2. Y'all want to eat. And the camera hopefully is still on. I've been messing up takes here, so hopefully that camera's still on. You guys are watching that right now. And yeah, so that's about it for feeding. So I'll pack everything up, set that to the side, and now it's time. While everything's off, it's time to dose. So we'll take the aminos. Just do a couple drops in each tank. Oh yeah, they're doing this left-handed. That's interesting. Just a couple drops in each tank. I saved the majority of it, of course, for the 300. I got to clean the algae out of that tank. Well, not really algae, it's a little bit of brown film. So I get for not cleaning it. So over here, sorry guys, we'll throw that in there, clean off the syringe, and move over to what else we got here. All right, some phytoplankton. Give that a shake. I will be doing a video on phytoplankton this week. Gonna test it, show you guys underneath the microscope that it's alive and going well, and then we're gonna freeze it for a couple days, and then thaw it out in the fridge, and then test it under the microscope and see if it's still alive, because a lot of people say you can't freeze it. We're about to find out. I've always froze it, and it's been fine. So let me put a little bit in this tank. Probably going to skip this one, go straight to this, and then put in a little bit left in the 300. Yeah, my portions are off because I am not good with the left hand. So that's my daily routine. Just gonna get rid of this. All right, so forgive me while I mess with that. Next thing I'm gonna do is just shake up the fuel here. And this, of course, has to be refrigerated, at least after opening it. And then I'm going to do 100 milliliters. I'm just going to dump all this directly into the 300. Probably should have used the other filter, but yeah. Power heads are on at this point, so you'll see that it has a chance to blow around. Alright, so the fuel's done. We're just going to actually dump this. I usually go directly into the refugium, but the light is off, so you're not going to be able to see anything. So I'm just going to put it here in the overflow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And squirt out the rest. Okay, that's done. And moving on to the other stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to do this with one hand. Okay, here we go. We're going to make it happen. Just going to do 50 milliliters of potassium. And one more. Alright, so we're going to... This usually goes directly into this overflow. And then this one gets spread out through the system. So this is the AquaPower, basically sugar water, from what I'm told. And we'll put a little bit in front of the power heads. Alright, there's 1. 2. Put it in our acro tank over here. Alright, and then we'll dump the rest in the 300. And give it a quick rinse. Alrighty, so actually let's see if this is even on still. Oh, it's still recording, so we did get some footage. Alright, so that's pretty much it when it comes to my routine. It is not too complex, but it works. So this is what I've been doing since I started the system. And you guys seen the success and how fast everything grows. Now, is it everything to do with the supplements? No. Of course, stability is key for growing any kind of coral and having success with SPS. But I will say keeping your parameters where they should be with potassium, and of course your minor elements here with the fuel, and of course feeding. It just, in general, it's an entire package that helps with success. I'm not saying you need all this stuff, but it helps for me, and the coloration is good, the growth is good, and of course you guys know that I run my business of selling coral, so it has to be, right? So here's the blue fish room, and yeah, so I will I'll see you guys in a little while for a live stream. Well, I'll see you, and then you'll see this video right now, but it is what it is, right? Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.